Hey, Kev here with you in the Can Cave. Appreciate you stopping by. First, I wanted to talk about, something a little issue I've had. I posted it on my first post ever on YouTube. Post meaning the post part of your channel. But I was asking for some help on why I'm getting this glitch on my phone of, say, for example, somebody comments on my video and I want to click their icon to go to their channel because maybe I need to get caught up on their stuff, and it treats me as if I'm not logged in, and it asks me if I want to open it on the YouTube app, and I'm like, I thought I was on the YouTube app. Anyway, that problem still goes on. Another thing I thought I'd talk about real quick is I received 3 copyrights from YouTube, and it was over just a short segment of music I used in like when I'm magnetizing stickers or whatever. I like to use music for that. But anyway, the music I used was off an app I subscribed to called Video Up. So I emailed them and they're like, that's not our issue. That's an issue with, on YouTube's end. So I went back and looked at them again, and YouTube just says like, this doesn't affect your channel. This is not a copyright strike. So I'm like, then why would you put the word copyright on my video? And I don't know about you guys, but YouTube's hard to figure out. I mean, it really is. It's like a lot of the stuff you kind of learn as you go, but you wonder like, what is the truth to this? I never can find the truth. I can find a bunch of different opinions on it. So I decided to dispute the copyrights, and they fire back an email immediately, YouTube does, saying, okay, we got 30 days to review this dispute because you say that you have the rights to use this music. And I'm like, yeah. So anyway, the most frustrating thing I found so far was after 30 days, all 3 of the videos that I got copyrighted on, they say, congratulations. We pulled the dispute. It wasn't reviewed within 30 days. Apparently, they got to review it within 30 days. Now, I'm thinking, I'm kind of mad at YouTube, but I don't even think it's YouTube's issue. I think YouTube has a program that automatically flags things, just randomly flags, and it got me on 3 videos. So then that gives the copyright owner, the person that owns the music, the right to dispute it. And apparently nobody looked at it in 30 days, so I won the dispute. But did I really win? Will it happen again? I don't know. And I'll keep you updated on that. But having said that, Video Up, the app I have for editing, says as long as you disclose who sang it, what the name of the song is, the name of the album, how many minutes it is, whatever, as long as you fully disclose that information, you're good to go. So I don't know any more than I ever knew, except that somebody didn't look at my dispute within 30 days, so I won. But did I really win? Anyway, the moral of the story is, it's their sandbox. I just come and play in it. So YouTube, I'm trying to figure you out. It is what it is. I'm learning a little by little, but I just sometimes you just wish you could talk to somebody from YouTube. So, of course, that'll never happen. That's kind of like, approaching the Wizard of Oz. At least it is to me. Anyway, Dell from In the Backyard with Dell is the sticker I was cutting out in the beginning of the video. Absolutely love his channel. And I absolutely love channels that I could sit down with my grandkids and watch and not have to worry about, foul mouth or vulgar stuff. I like family oriented channels. I really do. I mean, I can tolerate stuff. I mean, I've been around it, I've been cussing like sailors or whatever, but I know these channels that I'm going to recommend today are good, clean cut channels. And you could watch them with any member of your family. And In the Backyard with Dale, he'll show you, how to bundle firewood to sell, because he does, and he does really good at it. He's got a really cool display he made and on the honor system type pay. And he goes to firewood conventions, and that's the really cool thing, because I've seen wood splitters, but man, you see top of the line stuff at these conventions. And just super cool stuff Dale has. And he's a wrench. He's small engine repair. He takes old tractors, fixes them up, old motors, fixes them up. The guy can do anything. Super good guy, the kind of guy you wish you lived down the street from you or even next door, because he likes fixing things. And I like people that like fixing things, or at least in my case, I at least try to fix it before I, seek other help. So anyway, Dale, I appreciate you waiting on me. I usually when I get a sticker, I like to see if I get more, but unfortunately I didn't get any more. So my address is on my channel. If you want me to shout you out, send me a sticker or whatever. But Dale's super good guy, super good channel. And I appreciate the three people that actually do go over and look at their channels. I know nobody wants to do it. Everybody, but you can click on a link and check them out. I know that. Anyway, so the people that do, thank you very much. Anyway, next channel I want to shout out is Matt the Scrap Whisperer, and just trying to if you've never seen his channel, just trying to set the mood for his channel. Imagine, I'll tell you more than you want to know. I like food videos. I like street food videos. I like street food videos from very busy cities. I like Indian, Pakistan. I love street food, and I love street food videos. And I have ever since I was in a service and was able to go to a foreign country. But so having said that, if you watch videos in India, the traffic is horrendous. Everybody's honking their horn. It's super noisy. And you get used to it, because I grew up right next to the tracks, and you get used to trains. So I'm sure the people probably get used to the traffic, but everybody's honking their horn. So take that image right there of everybody honking their horn and going nuts and beep, beep, beep and all that good stuff. And then think of 100% totally opposite. Matt is in the middle of nowhere. And to prove that, he does a Whetstone traffic report on his channel. There's no traffic. I mean, I think one time, I did see a car or a rabbit or something. I think I did see a car one time, and it was probably somebody coming to visit him, but shame on them. The Whetstone traffic report doesn't have any traffic. And so absolutely love that portion of his channel. But talk about a guy that can fix anything. He's a tin bender. That's what he calls himself, a tin bender. I think his background, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just going by my memory here, is I believe he worked on ships in a shipbuilding, not factory, what do you call it? Shipyard. Anyway, what a cool job, So naturally he knows how to work with metals. And that's what he does on the channel, besides fixing up tractors, rebuilding tractors. But probably the coolest thing that I think he did was, in my opinion, was he rebuilt and restored. And just to move this thing into your shop to work on, it would be quite a challenge, because it's not a light piece of equipment. Is a Camelback drill press. I mean, these things weigh a ton. And he went through the complete disassembly and restoration process of that drill press. And that just blew me away. That's fascinating within itself. But he also does that with tractors. He goes to tractor shows, tractor conventions, tractor groups, tractor clubs, parades. You'll see segments of him getting his grandkids, which I think is absolutely great, out on the tractors. I mean, talk about the memories being made. And another super cool thing that Matt did that I thought that kind of blew me away, actually, was his wife has a garden, and he made what he calls a screen house for the garden to keep the critters out. And instead of just taking hardware cloth and wrapping it around a bunch of posts, he actually welded everything together, and it's truly a piece of art. And I could be wrong, but I think some magazine actually featured it. I remember hearing or talking about something like that, because it's a piece of art. I mean, he made a cage around a huge garden, and he welded it. And I've had problems building a door, trying to keep it from being or trying to rack it up, I should say, on, working with wood. He did it with metal. I believe it was a 4-foot entrance on rollers, so that the door actually rolls open to this cage so his wife can go in there and work, varmint free, and being out in the desert area, I believe it is. So the guy can do anything. And the coolest thing about Matt is his attitude. I mean, he's got which I like, a can-do attitude. I like people that say, you know what, I think we can do that. I think we can save that. And I know I'm repeating myself, but that's what I like. I like people that have a positive attitude. Like, you know what, we might not be able to do it 100%, but we can do it pretty darn close, or they evaluate something and say, you know what, we can fix this instead of buying something new, and it'll last a while. And then guess what? If it breaks, we'll fix it again. But he's a true pro, and you really got to check him out. And I highly recommend Matt the Scrat Whisperer. Anyway, one last thing on Matt. He says, and I just thought this word was funny. His channel is fixing things, repairing things, and buffoonery. Have a good time doing it. That's what it's all about. Don't none of us are getting out here alive. Have fun doing it. Anyway, let me see where I'm at here. I wanted to talk about another channel, Gas Pump Rob out of California. And the cool thing about Gas Pump Rob is, what's his saying? He's a man after my own heart. His enthusiasm towards, as he states, if it runs, advertises, or dispenses petrol, he's into it. I mean, this guy gets excited about a gas pump like I get excited about a flat top can or something. And that's what I like. I like people that are really into a certain hobby. And it doesn't really matter what you do as long as you're into it, try to be the best you can at it. And there's people that forgot more than I'll ever know, but I'm continually trying to learn. And by watching channels like Gas Pump Rob, and I have emailed Rob a couple times, and he's a super good dude. He's willing to share his knowledge and information about the hobby, especially when it comes to trying to figure out, the repos and repops, because that can be really tricky. These people are really good at trying to fake you. And I don't mind repops. I've told Rob this. I don't mind repops if it's disclosed that it's a repop, I don't mind you selling repops. I mean, some things you can only obtain if they're a repop because there's just nothing around. But as long as somebody doesn't try to pull the wool over your eyes and make you think you're buying an original one for original money, I'm cool with that. Gas Pump Rob travels all over, and he enlightened me on a show in Davenport, Iowa. Never heard of it because I'm not in them circles. And man, you talk about an overload. I mean, I'm talking about it. It's like going to a motorcycle swap meet for me. It's an absolute overload of gasoline, old service station type gas signs, signage, anything, pumps, anything to do with an old gas station. That's what these shows are about. And Rob covers it, and he's not afraid to travel. And that's impressive, because you think it's easy going on the road for a couple of weeks and making all these stops and strapping stuff down in high wind areas. And my biggest thing is I don't like leaving stuff out in the open. I don't like going to a hotel where I think somebody might try to steal something from me. So I'm not really sure how he handles that. But that's the hard part about traveling. He's not collecting coins here. These are big items. These are items that he needs help getting them on there, and huge signs, huge gas station signs. Anyway, check out Gas Pump Rob. It's actually called Petrol Media, and I'll leave links for these channels. But talk about In the Backyard with Dale, Matt the Scrap Whisperer, and Petrol Media. 3 channels that at any given time you could watch with a grandkid on your lap and enjoy it. And you won't have to worry about, any kind of vulgar stuff. And that's what I really like. And I appreciate it, guys. And I appreciate if you go check it out, check them out. So anyway, I'm wound up now.